And
says
Steph is still...
winning cures everything.
Okay. Well, then let's move on to our second quarter, where we're not quite done with Golden State. Hold on. Stay there.
Well, let's talk.
We were just talking about KD potentially leaving. Where do we think he'll go? I want you to go ahead and start it because you've got this. You've got something. Go ahead.
All right, so I just happened to be, chilling after school yesterday. Happened to be looking at stuff on my phone. You remember Jared Jack, old school Jared. Obviously he's probably trying to, get some attention. But Jared Jack is a good friend of Kevin Durant's. He's also a good friend of Anthony Davis's. And Jared Jack swears up and down that number one, KD is going to LA to play with LeBron. Because number one, hang on, he loves playing in California. He loves the area. Okay? Number two, obviously he's done with Golden State and Draymond. He doesn't want to deal with that. So, and he really doesn't, let's be honest, he's weird. KD's weird, sensitive. He really doesn't care what people say. Well, as far as them saying if he's the best player, he's like, whatever, man. I'm going to do whatever makes me happiest, because I'm sensitive, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Fine. I'm going to go with LeBron, and we're going to beat Golden State. Then, hang on, I told you I was going to make you mad. Then someone else said, Jerry Jack said, they're going to make a package because Anthony Davis, at the end of the year, if they don't play up to their expectations, is going to demand a trade. And guess what? Who has the most assets? The Lakers. I hate to say this, but would I trade Kuzma? Would I trade
everybody
Ball and for AD? Would I trade three or four of those players for AD? Yes. Would the Pelicans accept that deal? Yes. So we could have next year LeBron, KD, and Anthony Davis on the same team. On the same team in LA. On the Lakers. What could you say to that? David, what do you say to that?
17-16 may come to an end.
It would be your worst nightmare.
No.
Yes, it would.
I think that would be a basketball fan's worst nightmare. That doesn't sound fun.
No, stop it. No, that would be your worst nightmare.
No, because at that point, I don't really want to... It goes back to the same thing that happened with when KD went to the Warriors, except it's worse. Because then you have three of the top five players on the same team.
I know.
I absolutely would not want to watch that. And it's not even, it doesn't matter if that's on the Lakers, it doesn't matter if that's on...
They would play the Lakers and Celtics in the finals.
No, it doesn't matter if they're on the Magic. I don't care. If you have three of the top five players in the NBA, like, you remember how I was when KD went to Golden State.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Because it's just creating this super team. And I know you're gonna try and play up this thing that it's Lakers Celtics. It's not. It's absolutely not. I think that would absolutely be terrible
the teams
for
playing
you.
each other.
I understand that, but I don't think I would watch that.
When the Lakers were playing the Celtics back in the day, did we not have star power that was playing the Celtics?
Yeah, that was back in the day. Two, that was before both of us were born. And
I'm
three,
just saying. It's history.
No,
this is what we do. You have the better overall team. We have the stars. Let's go.
No, absolutely not.
This is what we've always done. This is what we've always done.
No,
yes, we have. He knows this.
No,
you know your basketball history with the Celtics and the Lakers. You know your history.
But it doesn't sound fun to me to watch that.
What are you talking about? Yes, it would. Really, the best stars on one team versus the best overall team 1 through 12.
No, okay.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna stop you at this now and tell you what I think should happen. Okay, this is what I would like to see, because I just don't want to see that. I don't think having three of the top five players in the NBA on the same team, I don't think that would be fun to watch. Okay, it might be fun for you to watch because it'd be your team. But I think if it was going to any other team, I don't think you would be anywhere near as excited about it.
I was excited about the Warriors when KD went. I was like, man, it is what it is. They got...
I might have to go back and rewatch that because I don't remember that. I don't remember that being...
I still call the move soft, but would I call it soft if we went to LA? I still would call it soft. Yeah. I still would say it's a soft move. But again, you're acting like KD... Like, KD's petty enough that he would pull that kind of a move.
I can agree there.
He is that petty. He would do that.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with it. I think he would do that.
Yes.
Okay. What I would rather see, I guess, is KD's leave from Golden State, being a little more of a balancing of power in the NBA. If he
Going to where?
if he were to go to another team, there's been talk of him going to the Knicks with Porzingis.
No, and with who else?
He's not going to go with Kyrie. Because it's Kyrie has already said multiple times that he's not
Has he
going
signed?
anywhere.
Has he
no,
signed?
he hasn't signed.
Okay.
Anything could still happen. But based on what we know today,
I told you I was going to warm him up. Look what he's cooking.
Am I?
I know. Yeah, I'm going to get you. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Keep going.
if you
keep
still
going.
have more.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're
good. Go ahead. Keep
your
going.
little theory there didn't
You're
bother
fine,
me
you're
as
fine,
much as I
man.
think you thought it
You're
would.
good.
But Katie, because I don't know if Jimmy Butler is necessarily going to stay in Philadelphia.
No, we don't.
There's been talks about him wanting to go to
New York.
New York.
Mm-hmm.
So if those two plus Porzingis, there's another team that can compete with the NBA. What I think should happen is something like that. Because I think KD wants to be the guy. I think he wants to be the guy on his team.
Says who?
Based on what I've seen with KD, do you think otherwise?
Yeah. I think KD right now doesn't care. He's like, I can do what I want. He is that petty. I'm telling. I think you're underestimating his petty level. Like, especially when Draymond said what he said publicly. I'm telling you, he wants back at Golden State.
KD's ring
chasing. He's ring chasing. He wants back at Golden State. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the revenge season next year. And he thinks, what's the like worst move I can make where everyone goes?
I think KD hates the hate that he's getting so much. We've talked about this before. I think he hates the hate that he's getting so much. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to do that.
I think he is.
Because I don't think he could
Ooh.
stand.
If he does it, I would be like, oh my goodness.
I don't think he could. I don't think he can stand another few years like he's just had, where everyone just hates him.
I think he's gotten comfortable. We did talk about this. I think he's gotten comfortable with being the bad guy. Yeah, I think he's gotten really comfortable.
I think you have taken this hope that he will join your team to mask that.
No, because Anthony Davis, that one is still like the in the sky one where I go, because it would still take a lot for them to make that trade.
LeBron plus KD excites you, and
wouldn't you? If you were on my team, wouldn't that excite you?
Yes, I still.
Come on, man! Like that's unfair.
Yeah,
like
that's,
yeah, it excites you too. With Kuzma, with Hart, with all these. Like, come on, man!
It's a video game.
Yes,
right. I still don't think that I want to see that in the NBA. I don't think I want to see.
Whether you want to see it or not, it's possible.
I understand, but I don't have to get excited for it. I don't want to see top 10. I don't want to see top 5 players in the NBA teaming up together.
I know, but this is the age of basketball now.
Yeah, that's
David,
what they do.
Which we talked about last show in our unwritten rules. This is the age, man.
All it takes is for KD to go to the Knicks, and then there's a more balance of power.
I hear you, but again, if you're KD and you're petty, why would you go to the Knicks? Why?
Money.
When the Lakers can give him the same deal?
I don't know. It'll certainly be interesting to see.
I'm telling you.
Well,
watch.
where do you think? What do you think KD's gonna do? Where do you think he's gonna go?
I've heard LA. I've actually heard Washington too.
Mm-hmm.
He can go back home. He's from the DC area.
When's the last time you heard that though?
That's a few months ago.
Okay, because for me it's been a little longer than that. I think the last time I heard the Washington ties were like 2016, like before he made the jump to.
Like a few months ago, I heard it, and then New York. But I mean, it's not gonna be good to watch for the league if he does go to LA.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna watch it.
Right.
Those tickets are gonna be like super expensive. Already, Lakers tickets are already super expensive. But
let's put it here. If KD winds up going to the Lakers and AD goes to the Lakers, our show will be ending. Lamar might continue a show somewhere.
I'm
but
going to be watching.
I'm
going to be watching
basketball. I have no interest in watching the NBA.
Only because all those years of us sucking and this guy talking. The Celtics, we're a better team. And I was just taking it year after year after year. And now we're finally back on top. And then we're going to stick it to the Celtics after each final, and we're going to beat you.
Yeah, you would absolutely beat me. I won't be watching, so it doesn't matter. If that happens,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're gonna take it. You're gonna take it because I was taking it for years.
I will take it, and it won't bother me at all because I won't care about the NBA.
It will bother you. I know you. It will bother you.
I truly don't think I would care about the NBA.
Like you don't. Yes, you do. Because right now, us talking about Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, it's not making you excited that Golden State will finally bring this down.
I don't know if you can wrap your mind around this. Him going to LA doesn't excite me. Does that not?
California. knows how to party.
Okay, but again, it doesn't excite me. I don't know. I would rather not.
Oh,
see
it'd be great, man. When the Lakers are good, the league is the best. I'm telling you.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
It's good for the NBA.
I don't think that.
It's good for the NBA if that happens.
I don't think that results in a. I don't know. I've heard it, but I don't think there will be. I don't think those three will team up.
If we had a show and we had to talk about that news, could you imagine his face? He would be like.
I wouldn't. Like I said, if that trade were to happen, that would probably be our last show. Because I have no.
Come on, man.
I have no interest in watching the NBA at that point.
You wouldn't want to watch it just to see like what if LeBron and KD start getting into it? What if all these stars?
I didn't watch a Warriors game for 2 years. Not a single Warriors game did I watch after
Really?
Kevin Durant joined.
No, well, you watched the playoffs. Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did watch the playoffs.
When?
We watched the games of the playoffs.
When we went to
Yes, we did.
when we went to get food or something like that.
Yes, we watched
That was
the
the
games.
only time I had ever seen the Warriors play. I would not pay a cent for NBA League Pass. I would have no interest in watching it.
So you think the current Golden State Warriors are bad for the NBA?
Yes.
Wow.
We talked about this.
I don't agree.
We literally had a quarter about this when it first happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why I'm purposely bringing that up. Yeah, I mean, you still think?
Yes.
You still think? Wow.
Yes.
But now they're having all these problems. Is this not interesting to you?
It's interesting, but I still don't think that the power when Steph is in there. I don't think it's good for the NBA. I would, and that's me. It's my opinion of what I would rather see. I would rather see. There are 30 teams. I would rather not see 6 of them that compete. I would rather see 10 of them that can compete.
Right, like when Boston did that.
Yeah, like when they took 3 players that were in the top 20 in the 20, 30 in the NBA, put them together and went 66 and 16.
At the time,
it was pretty good.
At the time, were they maybe some more than top 20? I mean, I don't know. Rondo especially was very underrated. I mean, I don't know. I think Boston started all this.
Okay. Sure. So, question. We've talked about KD. What about Klay? So we're talking about Golden State changes.
Yeah.
What about Klay Thompson?
I've heard Klay, well, his dad told him to not take the money and stay with Golden State. But, I mean, I don't know, man.
He's his own man, though.
Yeah, he's his own man. Money talks, so.
I think the thing more likely to happen is Klay going to LA.
That's what he wants to happen.
No, I think before all of this with KD happened, that's what you wanted to happen as well. And I can go back and...
Oh, yes, I agree. I do agree. I'm just saying it. But if I'm Magic Johnson...
Yeah,
and
if KD or Klay.
And if KD or Klay, I'm taking KD all day. All day.
But, okay, so then what would LeBron and... this is the last I want to talk about KD. It's getting old at this point. What KD and LeBron play the same position. So are one of them just going to play power forward?
LeBron's 4.
Dude, LeBron could play any 5 positions. It doesn't. This is positionless basketball nowadays. We're talking anyway. It doesn't matter.
See, if I had more time to edit the show, this is where I would cut in your part that you were saying that LeBron needs someone to play backup center.
He does. I'm just saying. Like, okay, McGee still comes on the cheap. Tyson Chandler, you're telling me he wouldn't re-sign for a cheap deal to play with that team? No, that's not an issue.
So, again, where does Klay go?
I think he resigns. But again, this KD is like the...
KD is the domino
It's like the
effect.
grand
He's the
domino, man. Like, he determines all of this stuff. Because if KD goes to LA, then Klay will resign with Golden State. I think.
Okay. So then my last question. Draymond Green has been very vocal about him wanting to receive this Supermax deal in 2020. Will he wind up getting that? Do we think he's worth that in 2 years?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay. Why?
I mean, we've talked about Supermax deal. You have to be... I mean, I get it. He's very, very important to the team. But a Supermax deal?
Especially for a guy that, like,
Supermax?
when you get to the playoffs and you're like, you know what, we got to shut down these other 4 guys. If he's shooting at the 3-point line,
Right.
it is what it is. Like we'll live and die with Draymond shooting
I'm not
shooting
going to
out
pay
there.
$30 million for a dude like that. Like,
Right.
I mean, he's a great defender. He's a good leader. But if it's, he's at the 3. Let's leave him open. Like,
So then he's going to either have to accept that or what? I mean... Is he going to leave? Is he going to go somewhere?
I don't know.
Go where? Well, wait a minute. He could go anywhere.
There are a lot of teams
There's
that
a
would
lot of
take
teams
him.
that would take Draymond Green.
Absolutely.
But he's going to have to, and he's going to whine about that so much.
But you know what's funny about all this is, bringing it back to our first quarter, he brought all this stuff up, and then he could potentially leave down the line. Wouldn't that be
Right.
funny? Well, that would be hilarious to me. I would roll laughing, and then Steph would be all alone.
I feel like,
Then
right.
all these Warriors fans.
And
would
then all these
disperse.
disperse. Yeah.
Disperse.
Where are the Warriors? What? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how many Warriors fans there are
I'm just
2
saying,
years from right now.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Keep an
They'll
eye
all
on
be-
this for later as the year gets winding down and the playoffs are over. Watch.
Yeah.
If it happens, oh man.
We'll see. So that's going to wrap up our talk on Golden State. Let's move on to talking about Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets.
Finally got the trade done onto the 76ers. So,
Silly.
a quick recap.